In fact, there's a couple empty seats up here. We're opening up 2 more tables. So thanks for everyone for coming. It's going to be a great meeting, but let's begin with, we have 2 spots up here, by the way. Let's begin with our invocation, Tracy Holliday, who is, by the way, an outgoing board member. Tracy.
They're all out. Every governor in our area was 1915, 1916, about 100 years ago. At that time, our district consisted of 4 states, Arkansas, Kentucky, Mississippi, and Tennessee. The entire Rotary world consisted of less than 300 clubs in the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, and Cuba. The first district governor was Robert A. McDowell of the Louisville Rotary Club for those 4 states. Over the next 100 years, 11 additional Louisville Rotarians would serve as district governor for our area. I want to thank all of you this year for your support. You've helped by serving in district positions, attending a district conference, and contributing to the Rotary Foundation. You've helped make this a successful year for our district. I have this district governor pendant here, which was given to the district over 40 years ago by a past district governor. It has the names of 65 prior district governors on it. You do not want to go near the water's edge when wearing it. And I have added the 66th name to it, Stuart Alexander. So it's my duty and privilege to install Stuart as District 6710's governor for 2016-17. Friends, I feel a little bit like the Chancellor of the Exchequer with this thing. And I will not go too far to the water's edge. Thanks, Mike. And this district governor thing is a lot of work, and it wouldn't be possible, at least for me, without having some pretty great mentors. Mike Poole being foremost among them. Mike has been a great resource for a very long time. Woody North is also here, another former past district governor who's just been really great to work with, and I look forward to doing that this year. And of course, Bill Bellis. I don't know if Bill is here today or not. He was at the district conference, but thank you all for helping me do what the district may need. And I want to thank all of you all for being here, for doing what you do, for doing all the great work of Rotary. I will be back to this club on November 3rd to give my district governor address, so if you haven't made plans for a fall sojourn, you might want to do that now, because I'm just giving you fair warning, November 3rd. This is going to be a great Rotary year. This may well be the year that we eliminate polio from the face of the earth. We've gone 2 weeks now without a single case in Pakistan. And that, to the World Health Organization and to other health experts, signals the end of polio. Now, it'll take a couple more years to test to make sure it's gone forever. But once there's there's no more live host, there's no more polio. And that's going to be the big news probably this year in Rotary. The second big thing, of course, is it's the 100th anniversary of our foundation. The foundation that helps us do the great work of service projects here and around the world. That's going to be big news. We're going to have the district conference on May 23rd this year. That's going to be a big party. It's going to be a big birthday party for the foundation, and you'll be hearing more about that very soon. So here's the call to action, if you will. Please register, if you haven't done so already, for the International Convention in Atlanta. That's the other big piece of news this year. Our International Convention will be in Atlanta, Georgia, where it was 100 years ago when the foundation started. That's going to be a fabulous event. I've blocked out 40 rooms, by the way, in a hotel, so we can all kind of stay together. The first 40 will fill up those blocks. You'll be hearing more about that. And, of course, continue to do the great work that we've been doing for 13 years, I guess. So anyway, thank you all very much for all your support.
district has done a great job. We had our conference just a few weeks ago, and our club took away 4 awards, and I put them right down here so you can look at them. But we had the Best International Service Project, the Best Vocational Service Project, Best Newsletter, and we also received the Governor's Club of Distinction Award, which came with a cash prize. Not only did we do well at the district conference, but we have so many of our club members that are involved with the district. And if I call your name, if you could please stand. David Dick, who is the treasurer of the district. Woody Northup is the annual program fund chair. Rick Hartnett is the grants subcommittee chair. Kirk Alvin, the scholarship committee chair. Julie Schmidt, scholarship committee member. Doug Myers, the district parliamentarian. Mike Brunley is the central regional speech contest coordinator. Bob Ewald is fellowship chair, and Roland Blahnik is the club visioning chair. Can we get a round of applause for these people? Really good. Thank you all so much. Where's Alex? They're gonna help me give out some longevity awards. Those awards that go out to our members who've been with the club for 30, 40, 50. Okay, I have 30-year anniversary. I know, it's flying. Okay, George. Good. Here we go. Thank you. Okay, those were our...
All your 30-year guys.
30-year guys. Oh, wait a minute. We're going to do a 30-year guy picture photo.
Get right in there. All right. Look this way. Mr. President. Hey. Can't say that too many more times.
And now, celebrating 35-year anniversaries, I know that Gordon Brown is here. Gordon, if you'll come up.
There we go. Starting with Eagle 1. Right?
Come on.
Come on, get a picture.
There you go.
All right. Which I'm sure a lot of people will do. Great. Thanks to the...
Two members who are celebrating 40.
Congratulations.
Let's get a photo.
Let's get a picture.
Get on up there. There you go. There you go. I'm going to watch a picture of that. All right.
Great. Congratulations. Congratulations to all those kids who celebrate. We appreciate that. But they have helped elevate the club to where it is today. We have got an incredible amount of talent in this room celebrating and as past presidents. So if I call your name, stand up so we can give you some recognition. Niels Ewing, Bill Bellis, Paul Gold, Boz Todd, Ray Schumann. I know Marilee was out of town, Dennis is out of town, Bill's not here, and neither is Charlie. But those just
But I know Leland Woodmansey's here. Wayne Parkey is here. Mike Poole, of course, is here. Woody Northup, Jim Smith, saw Jim, John Bush,
are the quintessential helpers. They're always here helping us. He just wants a picture of everybody, don't you? Thank you so much. But there's also one person that I could not do anything without. Debbie Skidmore is an invaluable asset. I cannot tell you how much we love you. We know you can find the stories. I have a couple of gifts for you. That's a great way to say thank you from me, but I also got something from the club, and this is from Louisville Stoneware. It's a beautiful plaque, and it reads, Debbie Skidmore, in appreciation for your dedication and service to our club, Rotary Executive Director 2011-2016, because we love her so much. And I'm telling you guys, these meetings wouldn't happen if it wasn't for her. So let's have a round of applause. Oh, we have to do the flowers? Okay. Someone said it scares my suit. Thank you. So the actual layout is very important, but also the programs. The programs are also the key to our meetings, and it's the core of our meetings. And we had two program chairs this year, Lucas Dwelly and Randy Coe. Lucas started the first 6 months, and as you know, he was deployed to Africa, so he's on military leave. Randy Coe jumped right in and took over, and just listen to the speakers that we've had just this past year. We've had 2 sitting senators, including the Speaker of the House, 4 university presidents, the current mayor, the past governor, who, by the way, requested that his last public speaking engagement be at our Rotary Club, 4 sports announcers, news directors, doctors, developers. We had a big snake. Remember when the zoo was here? We had that big snake. We had the head of Keeneland, a Holocaust survivor, a Secret Service agent, the genius of Teddy Abrams, who's absolutely incredible. And don't forget, we actually had a meeting at the Speed Museum before it opened to the public. That was all we've had this past year, and much more. So wasn't that a great job? It's going to be a tough act to follow, but Alice, who's doing that next year?
Well, we're in good hands because Cynthia Napek and Greg Heitzman will be the co-chairs of the Program Speakers Committee this coming year. So stay tuned. I know it's going to be an awesome year. And I want to particularly acknowledge Mary Michael Corbett, if you'll stand. Mary Michael is the board liaison this year and next year, and she's provided amazing guidance, expertise to the Speakers Committee. Thank you. Thank you. So the other thing that we enjoy, of course, as part of our meeting experience every week is music. So we want to thank Glenn Price and Deborah Hoffer. Deborah, are you here today? Stand. For make our meeting experience so fun and entertaining. Of course, the Rock and Rotary Band. Where are all our Rock and Rotary Band members? Bob Sliders here. Outside our meetings, practicing and putting together sets for all of us to enjoy. They played at the district conference, and they're really generous with their talents. And of course, the amazing Charlie Kastner, who provides Barbara Collins, who I believe is still out, but she's so wonderful in helping us find young talent from around our state to come for us to enjoy. So if you'll help me acknowledge Barbara. We also try to have a warm fellowship and make it fun when people arrive, so our hospitality committee really leads the way for us on that. Kristen Willard has served as the chair for the hospitality committee this year, and it's not easy, folks. We got to get someone lined up every week to be there, and there's a lot of moving parts. So I want to acknowledge Kristen, and I also want to acknowledge someone who is the Mr. Dependable Award, and that's Lowell Pratt. So always count on Lowell, and he makes the meetings really run well, so we thank him. Bart Bouchon is going to be the chair of the Hospitality Committee next year. Are you here, Bart? Hey! He's going to be awesome. Our invocation committee is chaired this year by Renee Brown. Renee, come on, you're so shy. Done a wonderful job lining up people to deliver and help us kind of get centered for our meetings each week. And following him is Jean West Lasavio, and Jean is here too. A new committee for this coming year to help us with all of this AV, because we are in a digital world and we want to record our meetings for posterity and for the web. So Kurt Jacobs is here, I believe. Kurt, thank you for taking on a new committee. There he is. Thank you.
Me again, so we get to have a little bit more fun. It's time for Oh Snap giveaway time. This table here didn't have a number because they each got a card. If you all get a card, why don't you turn it? Who got the two jokers? Stand up. Stand up. Yeah. So I have this table here. We've been talking about this for the past few weeks. Hamilton ticket.
No way.
Apple Watch. Empty bag that has a dollar sign on it. And a bottle of wine. So here we go, really quick. Which do you want? An Apple Watch, we'll go with Mike first. Apple Watch, Hamilton ticket.
I'm really grateful to Tom Crimmins. Tom, stand up. Tom has agreed to take on a really big initiative, and we're very grateful to you to provide leadership. Of course, it's an amazing year. We have 31 students from from Western High School, our first school, who qualified and are making that journey now to a college career through JCTC, and some actually going up right on to University of Louisville because they've amassed enough credits. 31 kids that we have respectively made a difference for, and that's just the beginning. Because of course Iroquois High School will have its next group this coming year, and Western will have another group. So I want to really acknowledge all of those too who worked on the mentor program, where we're connecting a caring adult to these young students at those two schools. I want to acknowledge Dick Bryan, who started the mentor program, and what his leadership was at the start of our initiative, and Walt Cuno, who's really taken it on and done so much with it this year. Can you all give them a round?
Carol Nord had the Youth and Education Committee, and I wanted her to give a minute, and she has, again, about 6 or 7 projects underneath her, but just give us some highlights of the committee. Yeah, right there.
Spin it around. We'll just do this. Good afternoon. Exciting day for Rotary, exciting things. And one of the best ways to volunteer or get involved is through one of the projects that you're hearing about, particularly today with youth and education, the future of our community and the world. And the projects that we're doing are greatly impacting so many. We can celebrate and we can impact our youth. So whatever amount of time you have, little or big, think about one of these projects, because youth and education offers you a wide variety. You can give as much or as little. Rotary Promise Mentoring at Western and Iroquois. If you have about an hour and a half a month, get involved. Even if you can't make every month, it makes a difference. I see different ones shaking their head who've been involved. Middle School Connection, God bless Bob Niblock, he pushed and pushed that. That's an hour of your time. You select a high school, you get to pick the date, you get to pick the time. The middle schools all over the city of Louisville have given you an array of choices, and you sit down with these 7th graders and you have a great time, because they're listening to your story, and you'd be surprised at their questions, but you are impacting them as they move to the future. Speech contest every year. I think that's been going on for forever, and those students are really getting a jump on some public speaking. Unsung heroes. I don't know how long that one is, another long-serving tradition, but that recognizes quality in our community too. When we read those applications, you'd be surprised at the number of young people that are doing amazing things. They are doing service above self. ACE mentoring, food literacy, there's so many ways. If you have participated or have been involved in any of these events, raise your hand. I'm gonna make everybody stand. That's what makes it happen. The club membership, getting behind a project. If you haven't, or you want to try something different, Cheryl Kersey, you're over here somewhere. Cheryl will be happy to put you to work. Thank you.
And Cheryl will be next.
Are you all here? Susan is here. Is Jay here? Some of the projects that were done this year, Kiva, ZIP, which we heard about at a club meeting, the borehole in South Sudan that Tracy Clayton has been so instrumental in. If Tracy is here, Tracy.
In the back.
World Fest, where Rick Harnett has lined up Rotarians to be present at sort of that international convening of the world in Louisville every year. I want to acknowledge Robert Chatham and Rick Harnett for the work that they've done related to the psychomotor classroom in Uruguay for differently abled children that we're helping to build with Rotary clubs from around the world. So it's amazing, again, when you join your resources, you can do fabulous things here and abroad.
Great job. Next up about this lifeline? You know, Larry Sloan and Keith Knapp are here. Will you stand up? They have done an incredible job. Some of the projects they worked on this year were the 2 repair fairs. One was at St. Benedict's and one was in the West End. Of course, they've done the Fifth Thursday Forum Aging Series, which I'm going to put a plug in right now, is right after this meeting. Dr. Wu is here, the oncology department, to talk about cancer in men, and this is going to be an incredible meeting right after our meeting here. Also, the Bellarmine YMC Project for Homeless Men and the Honor Flight of Bluegrass. Not only that, but they go out and they visit the Rotarians who are ill, and they kind of keep us in the loop as to who's doing well and who's not. It's an incredible task, and they do it with smiles, and Larry's going to do it again next year. So gentlemen, take a bow. Thank you.
So when you look around the room, the average age of our group is not exactly young skewing. So if we're going to survive,
But our hearts.
Our hearts are young. Our hearts are ageless. However, we do want to get the next generation involved and really in the spirit of what Rotary is all about. And we're able to do that in a couple of ways. Dan Mason this year chaired the Rotaract Interact Committee. So Interact is for high school students, and we have a well-functioning club that our club sponsors at Western. We've been working at Iroquois. We hope to really get that functioning well in the year ahead. And we have a citywide club that we've been able to stand up that meets at the library and has been doing a lot of service projects in our community. So Rick Harned, who is here, is taking over that committee this coming year. Rick, stand up. Thank you very much. And watch for more as we kind of develop that pipeline of young leaders to join our club in the future. I also want to acknowledge Charlie Farnsley, who's here, I think. Charlie, are you here? Charlie has chaired the Archives Committee, and he's passing the baton to Tony Newberry, who is here, I know. I think I saw Tony. Thank you. He's going to chair the committee this coming year. So we were founded in 1912, and we have a lot of stuff. And very historical things, because the Rotary Club's history really does parallel the rich history of our city, and is an integral part of sort of this civil society in our community. So we really thank them for helping to organize our historical archives, and this coming year we'll be working on finding a formal way to house those, and also to find ways to share those in new ways using our social media. So thank you to Tony for leading us into the next century with our archives in tow.
Next
Thank
is
you.
membership. I know you hear it all the time. I know I hear it too, but it's important. It's crucial to our club. This year's membership chair, Mary Denton, I know I saw you here. Stand up. Did a fantastic job. Our membership for the first time in 5 years is up. Yeah, I love that. That's great. We started the corporate membership program. We've reached out to other organizations like Leadership Louisville. We invite them to our meetings, and guess what? When we did that, someone joined. So we're embracing these other organizations, and we're getting the word out about how good our club is. Barry, thank you for that. Great job. Round of applause for Barry Denton. Next year, we'll take the helm.
All right, so Communications Committee was chaired by Luke Schmidt. Luke is here, and he's going to tell us a little bit about some highlights of the committee and their work this year.
Thank you, Alice. It's great to be here, and it's been my pleasure to have chaired this committee for 2 years. And we've had a great year. We've gotten a lot done. First thing we did was finish the redesign of Sparks, making it a much more useful, functional newsletter. I want to thank Debbie for all the work that she's done on that to help put that in place. We introduced 3 new pages on our website this year, which of course, as you know, went through a big revamp last year. The Marketplace page, the Lifeline page, and the Employment/Internship Opportunities page. Social media, our goal was to increase usage of our 3 social media platforms, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook, and we're up in all 3 categories. Ashley Brower did a lot of work on that, and we really appreciate that. And then today we're announcing the first ever annual report of this club, which I'm holding a hard copy, and you can see some slides up there. This was really one of our committee's big goals. I want to also recognize Ingrid Hernandez. Ingrid, please stand up, because Ingrid did all the graphic design and layout. Every member will receive an email from Debbie later today with a link that will take you right to this. But I want to tell you, Ingrid put this together in record time because we had a hard time getting updates from people until late last week. So it was a great effort. Last thing, Ashley Brower will be the new committee chairperson for this committee. She's going to do a fabulous job. So please help her out when she calls and asks for help. Thank you.
Doug Myers, who has chaired the new member orientation. Doug, if you'll stand up, he helped us revamp this year the new member celebration induction. So rather than doing kind of a formal dinner, we started to really marry the induction of new members to our spirit of service by having the ceremony at Love the Hungry, where we packaged meals for people who are hungry around the world and then had a meal together ourselves. Brilliant idea. Thank you, Doug. And I want to thank Diane Nelson, who has agreed to take that committee this coming year. Diane is here, so thank you. Appreciate you. All right, and Ken Grossman. We want to thank our Business Synergy Committee Chair. Ken helped us to have 3 amazing events this year at Tyler Allen's USA Imaging Technologies, at Kelly Burke's OEC, and at Kentucky One Health's Healthy Lifestyle Center. That was me. So thank you. It's a really great opportunity. In a club this size, it's hard to necessarily interact and get to know each other and know each other's businesses. So it kind of returns us to the principle of Rotary, which is rotating to other businesses. And Julie Skoski, who I believe is here, will be chairing the committee this coming year. Making a plug, Germantown Mill Loss, July 28th. No club meeting at lunch. We're going to instead have business synergy and club meeting at Germantown Mill Loss. Please come. And you'll see a wonderful new place. It's a behind-the-scenes treat before it's really fully open, and you get the opportunity to see it. So
you get a grasp of all the great stuff we do. We're still going on. Membership engagement. Tracy Clayton, stand up for a second. You know, that's a really tough committee where you have to get the members engaged, get them involved. She's done a great job. Kudos to you. And Erin Walter will take your place next year. Round of applause, please. How often did leadership development? Is Hal here? I think he's out of town. But what a great job. We had the Rotary Leadership Institute with over 20 Rotarians attending, recruiting new leaders for our club and for our board, and of course the district assembly and the district conference. We had incredible attendance. I remember several years ago someone said they would go to a conference and see maybe 1 or 2 of our club, and now when I went, there had to be 30 or 40 people. That was a great, great feeling. So leadership development, Hal Hoffman, round of applause, please. Strategic planning. Ken Middleton has done a great job, of course, of guiding our club. Ken, stand up and please. With strategic planning, and words can't describe the thanks we owe you. Tony Kemper will take that job next year. And finally, leadership fellows. Jim Watkins, I know you're here. We actually graduated 3 leadership fellows, and of course that's where we marry the MBA program with our club to teach the students about service. This year we have 2 new fellows, Krista Manning and Sam Jones. I know Sam's been to 2 or 3 of the meetings already. So it's a great, great program, one we're very proud of. Jim, thank you so much. And next year, Emily Hart will take over that position. Round of applause for Jim. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys something. You know, there's a new lottery store that opened up. Oh, what do you mean, oh? And it was over in Indiana, and so I bought lottery tickets, and I'm going to give them to you guys. So pass these around and scratch them off. It's amazing. These are like $2, but you have to promise, scratch them off now, you have to promise if you do win, you've got to split at least half with my Taylor, I don't know, somebody. So anyway, so let's move on to do fun stuff while they're scratching off. Fun stuff, entertainment, out.
yeah, so Matt Gardner and Jim Murphy were chairs, respectively, of the Entertainment and the Sports Committee. We had Bourbon and Braille, we had Motown, we went to the zoo behind the scene, we went to Stett's Farm.
Excuse me, sorry to interrupt, Mr. Clark. You guys call that someone is giving out fraudulent lottery tickets?
be of the big board.
So the lottery tickets were fake. Everybody's a winner. It was a $10,000 winner, but guess who got the frank? Yeah, oh, good. So, okay. Anyway, Alice, go ahead.
Well, do I know who has fun? So we've asked Greg to co-chair the now combined Entertainment and Sports Committee for this coming year with Jeff Hadley. I think we got the right guy.
You got the right
We want to acknowledge Julie Schmidt, who has chaired our Awards and Recognition Committee and done a fabulous job. They've organized the Rotarian of the Year, which we're going to give very shortly. Foz Todd received the Lifetime Service Award this year, and we gave Service Above Self Awards throughout the year, which were a great way to honor people who do work year-round. So we want to acknowledge Julie and then thank Carl Thomas, who's going to take that committee this coming year. Thank you. Not as much fun as the Administration and Compensation Committee that Kelly Burke chaired, but we had a lot that we did this year. And of course, with the transition of staff, so we've added Jonathan to the team, and Debbie's retirement, having that smooth transition of staff is really important, and we thank Kelly for leading that. If you'll give him a round of applause.
John Hampton, every week I have to come up to John and say, John, no, this is coming out of my own money, my own $3. But he has the Finance and Audit Committee, does a great job preparing the budget, keeping us in line, and also handles the audit. John, fantastic. You did such a great job. We want you to again next year. David Rattleman, where's David? I saw him. Stand up, David. There he is. David is our legal guru. He helps us with our governance committee and basically keeps me out of jail, which I'm glad you're here. Just a few minutes ago. David did such a great job. We're going to do it again next year. Thank you. Round of applause for David.
Chaired our fundraising committee. He couldn't be here today, and accepting that challenge for this coming year for the Rotary Fund of Louisville are Teresa Rady and Bill Schneider Jr., who are going to co-chair that. I know Bill is here, so let's give. Oh, and Teresa is too. Stand up. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. And it's next to you.
Maria Smith, stand up. She did a great job with Rotary International with the foundation. We did the foundation football. We raised over $10,000. And Alan Purnell won the thing too. I want to know how he did that. And we also had, our Star Status Club. We're now a Gold Star status. And we also inducted 36 new Paul Harris Fellows. Great job. And we're going to do it again next year. So we started a new committee, and it's called the Philanthropy Committee. And under that committee will be the chairman, Maria, Bill, Teresa, and we'll also have planned giving, which will be Mac McClure. So again, we're trying to focus and coordinate to make sure that everything is evenly spread out. Kevin Wardell is grateful. You notice how the more they you're out, the more they pull you back in. Has agreed to chair that committee, and we're very thankful of that. Round of applause for everybody. Thank you. So let's talk about our fund, our Louisville Fund, which is a separate entity, and this year's chairman of the fund is Kevin Wardell. Kevin, I want you to come up and tell us how the fund is doing.
Well, first off, for the Party Meister, we need that. It's welcome to the best committee in our club, the Committee of Past Presidents. Welcome. Your Rotary Fund is essential. You've been hearing about all these projects. The reason we don't have to come to you to invite your investment in every project is that we have a Rotary Fund, and when we invest in the Rotary Fund, it provides adequate financial proceeds to fund the projects you've been hearing about. Our balance right now is about $2.15 million in that fund. The investment returns the past year, well, they're a little like your own. With 0% interest coming on cash and with no movement in the stock market, we've been pretty flat this year as well. But we are able to generate significant monies, and this year we spent from the fund about $66,000 on all of these various projects. And we also received some matching funds from district sources totaling a little less than $9,000 to support our projects as well. So that's the way the Rotary Fund and the Rotary Foundation work together in funding our club projects.
Thank you, Kevin. And finally, the last committee, of all the 35 committees we have is, last but not least, is the investment committee. Mike Shackelford, stand up. He is in charge of managing, making sure that our managers for the fund are handled well, and he has done a great job. Thank you. And next year, we'll be doing that. So let me quickly get a stand for those the outgoing board members. Let me have you stand up so we can give you a nice round of applause and make sure you get a cookie and a mug at the meeting. Kevin, stand up, past president and the board chair. Ken Middleton, please stand. Vice President Dick Bryan, Vice President. Tracy Holliday, who's one of our outgoing board members. John Jennings, Mac McClure, and Mike Shackelford. These are our outgoing board members. Give them a round of applause. Don't forget to get plain cookies. So I get to this part, and I'm just told that Alice is going to do something.
All right,
I've had enough surprises. I thought I was going to be on the mugshot lineup
To
tonight.
my friends, Charlie and Doug, you may take your position. So if I have one more person say to me, "Are you ready to follow Greg?" So there's no break. He's broken the mold. I will have to. I got to be me. I'm not going to be able to be Greg. But we do owe him an amazing thanks for an amazing year. Greg has made this a fun year for me. We have each other on speed dial, and he has really made this incredible. So I wanted to do something special for him, and I'm really pleased that I've been able to enlist the help of Doug Helm and Charlie Kessner. If you don't know, Greg is a big Frank Sinatra fan. So we have a little special song that commemorates his year. Take it away.
Johnny Carson.
The crazy hats, the shoe shine spats, the fun-filled meetings when you never sat, miss the flame-eating acrobats. We thank you for your leadership. Crazy hats, the shoe shine spats, the fun-filled meetings when you never sat. We'll miss the flame-eating acrobats. We thank you for your leadership. The crazy ties you accessorized, the membership you revitalized. No buffet, just burgers and fries. We thank you for your leadership. You campaign for champagne. Your term's through, but we'll always thank you, Greg. I worked the floor, you kept the score. You hosted speakers like Miss Eva Core. You showed us kindness, so we thank you for your leadership. Kept it real, you spun the wheel, you emceed meetings with an unmatched zeal, you giant billboard, you held the field. We thank you for your leadership, fellowship, scholarship, a year of excellent stewardship, and always ready with a clever quip. We thank you for your leadership. Favorite son, you spark fun. Your term's through, but we'll always thank you, Greg. Leave me, sir, we much prefer the growth and membership of hymns and hers. Please accept this overture. Thank you, Greg Brown. Thank you, Greg Brown. Thank you, Greg Brown.
Want to acknowledge our incoming incoming officers and board members. So Greg will actually not be going anywhere. He's the immediate past president, will continue to serve, as well as to serve as chair of the Rotary Fund. Tony Kemper, president-elect, if you'll stand. John Hempton, vice president. Luke Schmidt continues as secretary, thank gosh, and Tom Boner as treasurer. I also want to acknowledge Mohammed Baber, who continues on our board as a director. Barry Barker. Lucas Dwelly is on military leave, but we're actually going to Skype in with him next week, and Mary Michael Corbett. Also Kelly Burke, Charlie Farnsley, Karen Morrison, and Carol Nord, your 2016-17 board of directors. Today, the way that people become engaged in the club is through the committees, as you've heard, and to be part of the board is to first serve as a chair or a vice chair of a committee. So when you're called to serve, I hope you'll say yes in the year ahead.
Because it is a lot of fun and it's worthwhile, trust me. Okay, so let me call your attention. I've only 2 more things to go. This obelisk right here. This is our Rotarian of the Year award. This is what's held at the office. Has anybody ever seen this? I don't think we've ever brought it to a meeting. But it's got all the Rotarian of the Year, including this year. That person is here. And how does one, and here's the actual Rotarian of the Year award. So it's nominated by the members, goes to the awards committee, it goes to the board, and in the tradition of Rotary spirit, we always keep the recipient in the dark until right now. So let me open this up, because it's now time for Rotarian of the Year. See if you can guess who it is. This person served in key leadership roles. He helped shape the club, the direction, the culture, since joining the club in 2004. He's helped, he's led the creation of a new process of onboarding new members. He's developed and improved the process for reviewing and approving our grant applications for service projects. He's worked on the bylaws of the club. He's worked on the constitution of the club. He's a member of the 1912 Society. He's a Paul Harris Fellow. He's helped with the fund requests. And he's also a sustaining member of the club. This individual's full-time job in dealing with hospitals and management and doctors probably helped him in dealing with some of the A-type and crazy personalities that are involved with Rotary. And most recently, this person was the director of the club, chair of the fund board, and club president in 2014. You know, when he started in 2014, yes, it's the mail, he was one that envisioned these highly produced meetings, these quick meetings, and fast-paced meetings, which we're employing now today. He'll be the first person to tell you that he has lived everywhere in his career, dozens of cities, but thank goodness that he ended up in Louisville, Kentucky, and be a member of this club, be president of this club, and decided to stay here when he retired. I wonder if we know who it is. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce the 2016 Rotarian of the Year, Kevin Moriarty. Linda, Justin, and your mom Pat is here, so they're all in the back waiting to say hello. Isn't that great? Did you expect that?
I did not.
We went to great lengths.
All the minutes.
Okay. Yes, we tricked them at the board meetings constantly just to make it.
Let's take this off.
Oh.
The masking tape.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, and that way.
Okay. There we go. There we go. Ooh, a round of applause for Kevin. Okay, it's now time to pass the gavel and to give a few remarks. Hey, this has been a great year. I really had a great time. My goal was to make these meetings fun. We do so much, as you can see. We're involved and we touch so many lives. One of the goals I wanted to do over the year was just give little stories, talk about our committees, and all the great things that our club does. And finally, one of the things, you know, Mary Tyler Moore Show was one of my favorite shows when I was growing up. Do you remember that show? Chuckles the Clown, a little song, a little dance, a little seltzer down your pants. That's the way I wanted to do it. I wanted our Rotary clubs to have a good time. And with that being said, Alice, come on down. seltzer in your pants, although I felt like I had seltzer in my pants when those people were coming into our restaurant. I did not expect that. That was pretty good, touche. That really had me going. I'm like, my mom is going to kill me tonight. Outfit on, and then I've got this. Here we go. The 104th President of the Rotary Club of Louisville.
We've got something for you.
Oh.
So we
No more
want to
cops.
give you, this is the coveted pin, the immediate past president pin.
Thank
I
you.
want to present to you, and
Turn off this mic.
Oh,
For
wow,
you.
fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. It's been great.
so I'm excited about the year ahead. We'll talk more next week's meeting about what we're going to do, but I'm really honored to have the privilege of this position. And yeah, we'll do our best to follow in Greg's inimitable footsteps. As he said, we have a What is Rotary table that Tom Clemens will be running today. If you're interested in membership, and I hope you are, we have the Fifth Thursday Aging Well series that Dr. Wu is going to give right after this meeting in the Dogwood Room, so please make your way there after we're done if you're interested. Don't forget to get your picture made and give us your Rotary story. We'll start posting my Rotary stories to our social media. And our next week's meeting, we're in the wonderful Waterford room on the 25th floor. We'll have a dedicated elevator promise on that, and Dr. Joshua Kramer, the Senior Director of the National Center for Family Learning, will be our speaker, so I hope you'll be there. Thank you for being here today. We are adjourned.